I've had so many people ask me how I made it through this battle. Breast cancer was no joke, I can assure you of that. Chemo was even harder than getting a bad diagnosis. And then coming through the other side of it leaves you kind of reeling, kind of wondering what's next, what do I do, how do I start over? But the one thing that remained constant in my heart was my faith in Jesus, my hope in God, and my understanding that restoration and healing was around the corner. Every time I went to a chemo treatment, I wrote on my wrist Psalms 46:5. I didn't write the whole scripture out. I just wrote Psalms 46:5. And all around my house, I had little note cards that had that scripture written out so that I could remind myself of who I was and who He was. And in that scripture, if you pull it up, it says that God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. And at the break of dawn, He will help her. And I can assure you and attest to the fact that 100% God was in the midst of me and in my trouble and my battle. And I was not moved. Even with every diagnosis meeting, every meeting with the doctors that seemed worse and worse, I maintained my faith. I did not rely on my feelings because they were definitely all over the place. I remained constant and steadfast in the fact that I had faith in God. Maybe I didn't have faith in myself to be strong enough. Maybe I didn't have faith in medical conventions that are supposed to help. But I did have faith that God would guide me to the right surgeons, the right oncologists, the right physicians, the right everything, the right medication, the right every person that I needed to meet. He would guide me along the way. And that not only would He guide me there, He would stay with me in the process. And when I come out the other side, He would be the one to help me in my time of need. And 100%, I am living proof that that scripture came to life in my own personal life. I was not moved because He was not moved. And because He was not moved and I was not moved, at the break of dawn, when I thought I could not take any more, when I thought, who is going to help me? Where am I going to go and what's going to happen next? He came through and He fought the battle and He healed my cancer. I know without a doubt that God not only guided my path to each and every appointment that I had, to each and every doctor that I went to each and every medication I agreed to, but He also miraculously healed me and caused every step that I took in the natural to form spiritual healing within my body. I am glad and proud to say that that is now a part of my testimony, and I hope that it encourages you today. I pray that you'll send this to somebody that needs to be reminded of this scripture, that maybe they might also walk it out in their time of need. God bless.